Hey, it's Nate Zielinski. We want to talk to you real quick about the art of traditions. You know, honestly, fishing has got so technical nowadays. The beginning stages of literally bobber fishing and hook, line, and sinker are almost gone. So we're gonna talk about slip bobbing real quick. We're at Pueblo Reservoir. It's May. This is gonna work literally from April until July. Right now, these fish are associating to brush piles, so underwater vegetation, wood, anything like that. And these fish are actually feeding on midges. Everybody thinks walleye and midges, no way, but they love feeding on gizzard shad and minnow bass. But there's so many midges hatching right now. These fish are really cruising around this underwater wood and feeding on these midges. So got the girls right here. None of these girls have ever slip bobbers. So we're gonna literally start off from the basics. But I literally anchored myself right here. We have some nice wood right here, some nice trees. Use the motor guide, anchored ourselves right here. So what our goal is to put the bait, the actual live bait that we're using, about 6 inches off bottom. So I basically have a small weighted hook. This is an ice fishing jig. It's called a JR's Tackle Moonglow. No problem. These rods over here just have a regular hook. So we're just using like an eagle claw octopus style hook. I have a small split shot above it, then a slip bobber. I personally prefer my split bobbers to have the hole in the bottom. So instead of the line going from the top down, I like that line really tight to the bottom, just so it makes everything a little more streamlined. Then on my reel, you can see I have a bobber stop. If people aren't familiar with that, you actually put a string bobber stop on your line, and that's gonna control your depth, so you slide this up and down. So I literally just use my arms. I know that my wingspan is 6 foot, so I just slid that bobber stop up. We're in 19 feet of water, so I put that bobber stop at 18.5 feet. So very, very simple. Then we're using the good old-fashioned night crawler. Everything's artificial nowadays, and there's definitely a time and a place, and we love all the artificial products out there. But today, it's all about traditions and old school fishing. So I'm taking that hook, the head of the crawler, that dark part, put that hook right through the top. I'm just gonna pinch it off. I don't wanna feed these fish all day. So I pinch it off there. I always put the pinched off portion down just so I get nice scent flow off of that. We're gonna take this rig right here, and literally toss it in, pitch it out there. And again, we're shaking it to where that string stops right on my top guide. Now it's falling down, and that bobber's gonna go exactly to 18.5 feet. Just watching that stop, let it hit the top of the bobber. So it's set. Give a little bit of slack line and let it float. Now your goal here, you have two forms of hook set. When that bobber goes down, you can just reel and just really put your rod tip up at a 45 and just crank, and the fish will self-hook itself, and you're good to go. Or you can reel down until you feel pressure. When you feel pressure, then you can lift that rod tip up and set the hook that way. So basically two forms. But a lot of guys just start reeling and go for this big hook set. You really have to put a lot of tension and gather this line. You have that real nice sharp angle right there. So if you set the hook too early, you only deliver basically half a hook set. So you want to make sure you get that pressure on there and then swing that rod tip. But to be honest, just reeling on real fast, real tight is going to get the job done more than anything. So again, back to the basics. Hooks, line, and sinker, slip bobbing right around brush. One of the best techniques to put a lot of fish in the boat of any species. Today's, it's all about walleye. Got a smallmouth. I'm sure we'll get a walleye next. Slip bobbers are the way to go.